In general, we're meant to avoid ribuy shtadlus, over exertion in getting the money that we need. But as we've said here many times from the Rav Rambam and Rambam, just like there's an avera is a transgression to do too much ishtadlus, it's also a transgression to do little ishtadlus. And we might ask ourselves, by the mun, it says, whether you would take a lot or you take a little bit, then uh, you would get the same amount. So it seems that that rule was temporarily suspended during the 40 years that they were in the midbar. Yet, we find that when it comes to us, when it comes to our livelihood, when it comes to things we need, they were meant to do the proper amount of ishtadlus. What's going on here? What is Hashem coming to teach us with this principle? Why, if we need more, do we have to do more ishtadlus? Just have bitachon and do the same amount. We just need to do something. And the answer is that, in fact, the amount of ishtadlus that we have to do, if we can make a formula for the amount of ishtadlus we have to do, and people ask me this question all the time, I believe it's as follows. First of all, you have to know what is the norm, what's the accepted norm in the world for what you're trying to do. The amount of money you need, we're trying to accomplish, what's the accepted ishtadlus? And more generally speaking, that is how much you're supposed to do. Depending on your level of bitachon. If your level of bitachon is very high, then you could do less, a little bit less ishtalis. If your level of ishtalis is very low, then you need to do more ishtalis, because it's according to the amount of bitachon that you have. It happens to be in the midbar, they were meant to be on very high levels of bitachon. They were seeing Hashem in their everyday life constantly. And that's what Zal tells us, that the Torah is only given to Ochlei one, people who have to look every morning to the heavens, that their panasa is going to come down from the heavens. That's who the Torah was given to us. But us in this world that we live in today, where this has to put in, Hashem is hidden from us. So we are obligated to do hishtadlus according to the need and according to our perception. Now, therefore, based on this, if a person needs a lot of money, as we often quote from Rav Yaakov Hill, he needs $5 million a month, or 4 or 5. I don't know where he's holding exactly, but according to that, he needs to be quite a lot of ishtadlus. It has to be clear that it's not a miracle happening, even though it's definitely a miracle. As he's told me many times, he said, if I had to raise $500,000 a month, I could do it. Right? I have the kishron, it's called. I have the ability, fundraising prowess as well. But when you get to 5 million, which is 10 times more, which is a very, very great multiplied difficulty to do that. So he said, I can't do that. So I'm forced to turn to Hashem. And this increases the person's bitachon. The whole point of the shtadlus to get your parnasa, as we said, by all areas, is to go from point A to point B to have a high level of emunah bitachon. This forces you, the more you need, the more you have to raise your emunah bitachon, and the more you go up and up, and your emunah bitachon, and the Messiah will be successful. So this is something to keep in mind. We should, on one hand, understand that the stylist does absolutely nothing. No money comes in at all from the efforts a person puts in. That's on one hand. On the other hand, if you don't do it, then you won't get it. Because Hashem has set up the world like that. Number one, the people should have free choice. And number two, should we grow in emunah bitachon. And you should raise the bar and constantly be working harder and harder to perceive Hashem in places where it doesn't seem that He could possibly be. Right? A person needs a certain amount of money, and it seems extremely difficult, maybe even close to impossible. But Chazal tell us, and it's a pasuk in Shaya, I created you, and I will give you what you need. The only condition is you have to trust me. Trust me, and I'll give it to you. Just like if you had a supporter and said, whenever you need something, just call me up and the account is open. The credit card is there. The ATM machine is working. We have to call them up and you have to ask for it. And you have to do it in a way which is respectable and dignified. So this is my message here for today. Kosel Moravi on this occasion of the beginning of Iyar, and the message I would like to leave everyone is constantly going up. What's a Ben Aliyah? A person of Ben Aliyah is someone who's constantly going up in Emunah. And says the Gra, right, is that there's only two ways, either going up or going down. The challenges that the world throws at us can very easily bring us down. Our goal is not to let them down, but to pull ourselves up from the difficulty of perceiving Hashem, should forge and galvanize the highest levels of Amun and Bitachon that we can possibly get to. And the things which seem to us like problems, we should flip them and turn them into opportunities to grow and grow and grow, become closer and stronger in our aggression. Boy, Olam. Amen. Cain. Ta. What's up?